Hey, Randy, what is 9 divided by 365? Siri, what is 9 divided by 365? Randy, we're 2.4% through the new year.
Wow.
Just,
So when
just
did you become a math scientist anyway there, Dr.
I'm
Burriss?
not. I'm just like, thinking about have I achieved 2.4% of my goals for this year? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't know. Hey Teddy, welcome back. We're now into the second the second Monday of the new year. Last Monday we celebrated or recognized New Year's Day actually on a Monday, but now we're back at it. So Randy Wooden with Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina and running our professional center in our 10th, now I guess 11th year. So I've been at that a while and happy to help. A lot of folks now have reached out to me here, Teddy, in the last week or two and saying, hey, you know what, now is the time. I need to get things spruced up and ready to hit the market. So if you're one of those, our services are free. Feel free to reach out and get you on the calendar. But a couple of times a week, Teddy and I get together, cut up a little bit here on a Monday, and then Wednesday is the big show at noon, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Maybe share a story or two and a couple of tips. But first, Teddy, if you would introduce yourself.
Yeah, man. So for
Yeah.
those who have never met me, I am an absolute freak.
Oh,
Which, by the way, the definition of freak is unexpected, unique, and that's a good thing to be. But anyway, I teach LinkedIn as a business tool. I'm the 64-year-old social media strategist teaching people how to use LinkedIn as a business tool. And I love doing it. I love helping business professionals, salespeople, and even people in job search figure out how to use that tool to achieve their goals. It's a lot of fun. Like Randy said, we get together a couple times
yeah.
a week, and we love to make you think. And Randy does some research. We'll talk about
I
that
do.
research in a minute. And then he'll have a story, and I'll have a story. And then we'll end it with Randy will have a phenomenal life-altering tip, as I will as well.
I'll have to think about what that is. So,
Yeah.
Teddy, you are a shining example of being able to teach an old dog new tricks. I mean, a 64-year-old social media guy. I mean, come on, really?
Yeah.
You didn't grow up with this stuff, neither did I, but we've kind of adopted that as part of what we do. And it's our world today. And so you either get with it or get left behind, I suppose.
Go
In many
find a
ways.
park bench and sit on the park bench and watch life go by.
Well, all right. So every week I'm tasked with checking on this date in history just for fun stuff. I don't know. We started this a year or two ago and I started kind of fiddling with this a little bit. And it was kind of fun. We had some nice feedback. So births on this date, January 9th, Richard Nixon, 37th president of the U.S., 1913, he was born. Football quarterback Bart Starr,
Oh man,
Green
that's a
Bay
lovely
Packers. Remember
name.
Bart? Super
Yeah.
Bowl 1 and 2, right? So 1934. 1 year later, Bob Denver, Gilligan's Island, right? Remember Gilligan? So he was born on that day, that year. And a few musicians born on this day: Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin, Crystal Gale,
Yeah. I
and
used to
Dave
date her
Matthews. You did, huh?
in my mind. Go ahead, keep
How
going.
about her sister, right? Wasn't that Loretta Lynn? I think it's her sister.
Oh, I think you're right, man. Yeah.
Loretta? I think so, yeah. And Dave Matthews Band, born on this date. Deaths: Bob Saget, last year,
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
I still don't know what all happened there, and I think the information never leaked out exactly what happened, but just kind of weird how that all went down. All right, some trivia for you.
All
Here's
right.
a fellow who passed away in 1996. His name, Albert Stevens. He is, I wouldn't say he's famous, so you've never heard of him, but
Yeah.
what occurred, what happened to him, or what was he involved with that's significant? He's not famous.
I got it, man. He was the first guy to get a traffic ticket for jaywalking.
Nope. Not even that wasn't even your that wasn't even close. This guy, I don't know what the amount was, but he took part, whether he knew he was doing it or not, I have no idea. He took part in secret medical trials here in the US, and he is the person recognized as surviving the highest known radiation dose.
Ooh.
Now, I think he died of Alzheimer's or something. It wasn't like he died of cancer as a result
being holy.
Yeah, I mean, but whatever I don't know what radiation level he withstood, but it's still recognized as the big one. Yeah. Events on this date: Connecticut was the 5th state to ratify the Constitution back in 1788. Here's an interesting one, and you can look it up if and happen to be watching. You can look this up. The very first photo taken, which contained a person. I think last week we talked about the very first picture of the moon.
Yeah,
took place on that date. Well, in this was the year was 1839, and it obviously a black and white photo, and it's from a distance and kind of looking down on a street and buildings, and you can see just this tiny a person getting his shoes shined. It almost looked like little stick figures, but that's the first known photo of anything that contained a person. Battle of Fort Sumter started 1861 on this date. Here's a trivia piece for you. The year was 1951. The movie it premiered and it was called Life After Tomorrow. What is that famous for?
The movie in 1951, Life After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was it the creation of Hot Pockets?
It was the first movie rated X.
Life After Tomorrow.
Yeah, you have to look it up.
I'll have to go look that up, Randy.
Yeah, go do some research on that one, Teddy. Just go in your anonymous view and look it up. But that was on this date, 1951. And also in this date, 2007, Apple CEO Steve Jobs announced the iPhone. iPhone came into play. My story.
All right.
Hey, we're into a new year. We talk about change and improving and just a whole lot of, I don't know what to call it, resolutions or new plans, new goals, whatever. But just as a kind of an inside thing with my involvement with Goodwill, as many of you know, I run our professional center, and we've had some retirements in the past 3 years. And so I am now a staff of 1. And our headcount is down, as it is throughout much of not just Goodwill in general, but fewer job hunters are out there. I mean, if you want a job, you can get a job for the most part. And I don't mean to,
not
downplay others. Yeah. But I mean, the need for help in a job search today is not what it was some years back. But we also have introduced an organizational development department. And so where I'm going with this is here I am occupying a large space with just being me. So we decided as a company to move in the OD department. And so now I've got roommates, Teddy. But I love the synergy. I like having other people in the room bouncing ideas, and just the energy level is good. But I guess the whole underlying thing with this is don't be afraid to make changes. And if it benefits the business, let's do it. You've got to be on board with change. And we've all seen change. We've lived through a lot of change in our lives, and change can be a very good thing. And I think this is going to be a really, really good thing for not just our company, but also for the folks that we serve.
Gotcha. Just make sure your new roommates understand your rules about microwaving popcorn and bacon, because you don't want to do that,
I know my old roommates didn't appreciate I would open a can of tuna fish and put the empty can in my trash can. And it would
You're that guy, huh?
I'm only half joking, but no, we had a good time. We just got along great. But anyway, so yeah, change is good, and we're doing it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, Teddy.
All right, here's mine.
Yep,
Randy, the internet is full of really cool tools.
Yeah,
really cool tools. There's this whole new thing out. There's one called chatopenai.com. Chat.openai.com. Randy, it's an artificial intelligence content creator.
Yeah.
This morning I went to Chat AI and I asked a question. And the question I asked is, tell me about I didn't ask it a question. I asked it to do something. I said, here's exactly what I wrote. Write a 100-word LinkedIn post about the future of AI and content. I asked this app to write a 100-word LinkedIn post for me. Randy, it kind of wrote it better than I could have. I'm like, oh my God. And I read it to you earlier.
Yeah.
Won't read it on for the audience. If you want to see it, ask me. I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
But it wrote, it wrote an interesting article. And so there's two sides of me that are flaring up. One is, it's really pretty freaking cool. The other is, oh my God, we don't need people to write content anymore.
Isn't that wild?
And so I'm going to keep experimenting with this whole new AI content creation thing. And we need to pay attention to it and watch it, because it may go places that we absolutely want it to go to or not. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my story, man. So, all right. Next week. No, Wednesday. Rich Schlentz, a good friend of the show. Randy and I have known him for years. He's been on the show before, but he's bringing a new conversation. And this conversation is, it's not about the work. I love Rich's philosophies. I love the way that this guy makes us think. And he's going to come on the show Wednesday, 11:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And he's going to join us in a conversation about, it's not about the work. Talking about humans in the company and why they stay and why they leave and why do they produce at a higher level. So really going to be a good conversation. Rich and I have talked about it already a little bit more in the last couple of days. So see us at 11:55 a.m. on Wednesday, and I can promise you an enjoyable show. So should we tell the audience that you're not going to be there, Randy?
Just don't say it too loudly, okay? I don't want it to get out. But I've got a scheduling conflict. Our friend Cindy Martin will join in the conversation. I believe she and Rich know each other as well. They do. Yeah. So
are we starting 2023 with the challengers to your position? Remember, we used to do this before, and they go, "Hey, I interviewed. How'd I interview for Randy's job?"
Hey, got a quick tip for you, and I say this frequently, and I'm sure I've used it here on our Monday show also in the past. But it's hit the putt. It just, whether in life or in the job search, you'll never be perfect. You can try for it, but don't be paralyzed and just for fear of, okay, maybe this isn't exactly 100% perfect. I better wait until it's perfect because I don't want to fill in the blank. Don't want to appear unprofessional. Don't want to appear unprepared, silly, goof, whatever. Hit the putt. And you know what? If you miss it, hit it again. Same thing in golf, right? And I've missed my share of putts over the years. I'm certainly no professional, but hit it again. If you miss it, hit it again.
Yeah. You get mulligans, right?
As many as you want, Teddy. It's a new year, and you just get as many as you want to take. That's my story.
I'm with you, man. Got to keep trying. So, all right, here's my tip, sort of along the lines of hitting the putt. Habits. We hate habits. We hate working out. We hate going to the gym, whatever. We hate doing things that we know we should be doing. So here's an idea. And I've told you about this before. I read the book, Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
Take your habits. One of my habits I got to get back into is walking. I hate to go schedule time to go to walk, but I love listening to podcasts. And so I'm going to get back into this habit of going for a walk just to listen to my podcast. It's the only reason I'm going for a walk. Maybe there's some side effect benefits to that. But look at stacking habits. Maybe you don't like eating some type of food that you should eat, maybe fruits and vegetables. Well, you know what? Make it a habit. You eat fruits and vegetables, and you get a small ice cream cone. Come up with stacking your habits, and you'll find that you're more likely to stick to them and achieve those dreaded, I hate them, New Year's resolutions. So anyway, Randy, that's my tip.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Hey, great show. Rich is going to be around. I'll have to catch the replay on Wednesday. So I trust it's going to go well. He was on a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So he's back, and by popular demand, Rich joins us on Wednesday. So Teddy, anything else for the good of the order?
No, everybody stay out of trouble. Right. Stay between the mustard and the mayonnaise, and we'll see you at 11:55 on Wednesday. Take care, buddy.
All right. See you.
Bye.